everyone, Mrs. Kaido here. Today we're going to go over how we can add some final details into our painting, specifically thinking about shading as well as using our smallest brushes to add specific details. So what I need, of course, are my watercolor sets, my paintbrush, my water cup, and my artwork. This painting here is just about filled. We have a couple spots that could have a little more attention around the clouds, but otherwise we have a base layer of our color. We have some mixed media that adds some texture, and now we want to add in all those final details. For Bart here, I would like the light source to be coming from the front of the face, which means the shadows will lie on the opposite side. So no matter where you want to add shadows, you just need to have them be the opposite side of your light source. I'm going to take a base of yellow, and I'm going to put some into this lid here, and then I'm going to add in a little bit of tan. And my goal here is to simply darken that yellow enough to add enough of that shade to create a shadow. So I want to make sure that I'm not just using the same base color, that I'm doing a little color mixing to prepare me for adding that shadow. And I'm even going to add a little bit of red just to darken it up a smidge more. You could add a little brown too, but I'm happy with this color. So now I'm remembering where my light source is coming from, and I'm taking my darker color, my darker shade, to add in a shadow. Now you can see here, it's already adjusting that yellow that we had, and I'm going to add that little drop shadow on the base of every part of the head, as well as the body. So I want to include the arm and also think about how I might need to mix a red or find a darker red to add a little bit of a shadow onto the clothing as well, establishing what I need from that light source. So this is one simple way to add shadows in. Find your base color, add a shade to it, and then add those drop shadows where you need them. Another thing to think about is using our smallest brush possible to add some details, and I'm going to do that in the shirt specifically. So I'm going to take my smallest brush. I'm using a nice deep red out of our palette here, right here. And one thing I want to do is establish the collar. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to take my time and I'm going to add the texture of the collar in. I'm going to do the same for the sleeves. And I'm just going to carefully take my time. I want to be careful that my brush isn't too wet. See how I'm getting a little bit of bleeding here? If that happens to you, you can just take a paper towel and wipe it up quick, or you can clean off your brush and use that little bit of drippage to add a shadow as well. And that texture is okay. If you're having a little bleeding, if the paper towel doesn't work, you can always blend it to get a softer transition. So don't be afraid to adjust as you go. Everything that you do today will be our final details. So we want to take our time. We want to be really invested in getting everything established. And when we're done today, everything goes to the drying rack with our classes, okay? So thinking about shading, thinking about final details. Have a great work day. Stay true.